Beatles song, All We Need Is Love. My name is Alicja Aratyn, and in our previous video, I was sharing with you a few information how can we pass this love to whole humanity, to step up from the personal level to the global level, and how to help each other. I think it's really time that we will help one another. Today, though, I would like to talk to you, how can we also give this love to the planet? Because as we suffer, she suffers. As we go through hard time, she goes through hard time. Planet is alive, as we all know, and she feels and goes with us through our all predicaments. Bigger scale, more suffering for her. So let's talk about what could be the role of Dowsers in this healing process. So not only we as a human race and caretakers for the planet, but also our mother, the earth, can be healed and can feel the love. And of course, those who are not Dowsers can definitely send the love from their hearts. They can pay attention to her. They can pray for her the way they want. But we Dowsers have a very special role to play in those times when we all need each other and the planet needs us. She supports us. Let's give back and care for her. To pass the light, golden light or white light, to Mother Earth, which is really equal to love, you use your therapeutic pendulum, either, as I said, a golden light, like Super Isis E16 or golden hue. If you don't have, but have only white light pendulum, that is fine as well, as long as it's therapeutic pendulum, so the shape which can release the energy and direct it according to your wish and your desire, right? Always remember that the energy will follow your intention. When attention goes, energy flows. That's the main rule. I prepared the maps of different continents, each continent on separate sheet of paper. It's easier to deal with one continent at a time, just because, as we said in previous video, we will find the wavelength of humanity to influence us as a whole human race, but we also can tap into the wavelength, and which means resultant wavelength of all people and ground on specific continent. People live and are happy in specific part of the world because their personal energy is compatible with this specific continent. So let's say that I will start with North American continent, and then you can easily find it on internet and print it out. And then what I will do is I will hold it here and say, show me the wavelength of North American continent. And this is my yes, which means this energy, the wavelength, has been found. So I will move my marker down here, and this wavelength is relatively short, so as we talked in previous videos, you can multiply it by 2 if you want a bigger movement. So I will be on North American continent just on the second range, and I can say, please supply North American continent with the frequency of gold to the highest possible level for the highest good of this land and all life force on it. And you just wait until your work is finished. It is not long work, so going through all continents will not take you a very long time. And then we can go to Africa. So I will pull Africa. Of course, if you have more place, more room, then you can spread them. And then you will find, again, slider up, and I will find the wavelength of Africa. And it's also very short. So let's work from this short wavelength. And I will say, please supply African continent with the frequency of gold to the highest possible level for this land and all life forms living there. We are talking about plants. We are talking about animals living there. And of course, us, human beings. And then Africa is done. And then we have Asia. So let's do it one more continent. And again, slider up. Show me the wavelength of Asian continent. It's here. As you can see, the frequency of Earth is still very high. And that's why we shouldn't wait until it will go low, but rather help when it's still high. Please supply the continent of Asia and all life force forms living there with the frequency of gold to the highest possible level for all those life forms and continent to the highest possible level. You can go now through Arctica, Antarctica, South America, and Europe, and have them done one by one. Normally it does not take more than 10 minutes, and I hope that the planet, which really keeps us safe and relatively healthy, is worth 10 minutes per day. Now, the other way is, of course, to print the whole world. In this case, you will have to apply something what is called selective attention. It is about focusing on one continent only, as the rest would not exist. So you don't see anything here except for, well, let's say Africa, or Europe, or Asia, or, Arctica, Antarctica, and so on. It's harder because, of course, the energies of those continents overlap each other. But what you can do is even put something natural, like chopstick, on it, and find the wavelength of this continent, so Africa. Show me the wavelength of Africa. And then say, holding the pendulum on a side of the map, say the same. Supply the African continent. It doesn't want to take much because we just did it a moment ago. So it is supplied with frequency of golden light. I refer to golden light because Super ISIS 16 is gold light therapeutic pendulum. But if you would have other pendulum, you just simply, you would say, supply with the frequency of white light. And then to finish, you can simply use this map or the other map, but black and white is always better, and find a wavelength of whole planet. So show me the wavelength of the whole planet Earth. And it's here. I will move the marker. And then I will say, not holding over any particular continent, but rather over the paper, and I will say, now supply the whole world, whole planet Earth, with a frequency of golden light to the highest possible level for the highest good of all life forms living on this planet and the planet itself. Highest good of this planet. Highest good of this planet. And you see, it was still working not only because we didn't finish individual continents, but also the frequency of individual continent is different than the wavelength of whole planet. So the planet as a whole may need energy. However, we did supply specific continents with the energy, because, for example, there is also a huge amount of water in different seas and oceans. I hope you will join me in this healing of our planet and supplying her with the energy which she needs. I hope you will find useful what I showed you, and relatively easy to do. There is really no secret, but when you have tools which can help you to do specific chores, it's always easier, as it is easier to do high mathematics with scientific calculator, not the simple calculator from a dollar store. Use it and help. We need to be awakened today. We need to work together, and we need to overcome all predicaments. And it is not about who you voted for, or if you are Trump supporter or Biden supporter. This is about us humans, which has to come together to help each other, and come together also to help the planet. We take for granted that she helps us, that she provides for us food, resources, and health, really. Well, maybe we should start to think that now it's our turn to give back. So let's do it, and let's improve everything. And most of all, let's pray, each of us his own way, and let's keep a faith that we will end up well, healthy, on a fantastic, colorful planet called Earth. I wanted to also invite you to join our channel, to visit our Facebook page, and to contact me personally if you know about wavelength, how to find it and how to work with it, and you would like to become a member of private scientific dowsing group. Join us and visit our website intuitivedowsing.com to find the tools which can help you and the planet. Until next time, stay healthy and joyful.